Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard, I'm Penge and welcome back to Farm Manager World, where I think the big goal for today absolutely has to be to make and sell our very own lovely pickled lotus stems. I think that's quite a good goal. I mean, it's a very particular goal, it is quite specific, but I think we're very nearly there. Although if we are going to achieve that goal, we are going to need to make a little change to something. So how about we begin today by playing a little game of what did Penge get wrong last time he played Farm Manager World. It's a fun game that we can all gather round and play, and it's all exciting. So here is our vegetable processing plant, and that's ready to process our vegetables, which are apparently lotus flowers. I wouldn't have considered them vegetables, but apparently they're vegetables. So this thing here is set up on both production lines to take lotus flowers and turn them eventually into the aforementioned pickled lotus stems, which we can then sell for a nice big pile of money. And that all looks pretty good. Nothing wrong there, you wouldn't think. But then we're going to come over here and take a look at where we're growing the lotus flowers. Over here, 4 cultivation ponds. Let's click on that and take a look at what we're growing. So can you spot the problem, lovely people? Have you spotted the minor technical issue that we might have possibly come up against? Over here, in the cultivation ponds, we are growing lovely organic lotus flowers. They've got the bio thing in the corner. They're lovely organic lotus flowers. However, over here in the factory, we are trying to use regular lotus flowers, not the organic ones. So that factory would have just been doing nothing. It would have been waiting for these flowers to appear forever, and they would never have come because we're growing the organic variant. So we need to change this. We need to kind of change that around quite urgently, I think, because otherwise that factory is just going to be doing nothing, and we will never ever make our potentially, I'm not quite sure if they are, delicious pickled lotus stems. So let's change this around pretty quickly, I think. Let's go to here and then change this around. So there we go. So change it from this setup here, where we only make 386,000 farm manager monies, to this one here, where we make, hang on, what? It's less? That can't be right. The organic bio variants are always more. They're always more because, you know, you have to put more effort into them. They're fiddlier to make and they're better for you, but you have to pay for that privilege. Yeah, look. The fancy tomato juice is worth quite a lot more. The organic pickles are worth almost 100,000 farm manager monies more. They're worth more. The sauerkraut is worth considerably more. The organic frozen carrots are worth quite a lot more. Hang on, why is this not right? So the regular ones, the regular pickled lotus stems, we sell 7,500 units of those and we get 386 grand. But if we sell the same amount of the organic pickled lotus stems, which is what we're going to be making, we only get 322,000 farm manager monies. We went to great lengths to get the organic lotus flowers in, and now it's turning out that they're probably not actually worth it after all. Oh, okay, that's a little bit unfortunate, but okay, do you know what? That's what we're working with. It's fine. And if we're honest, money isn't really an object anymore. Money is just a number down here that just keeps going up and up and up and getting into silly numbers. So, do you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We're doing this for the good of the product. You know, it's a nicer product. It's lovely and organic and healthy. It's all very nice. So, we'll swap that around anyway for a bit less money. How much money have we got? Just over 66 million farm manager money. So, you know, a tiny bit there won't make that much difference. But there we go. Right. So, that is now ready. Although, I notice we haven't got enough workers. Okay, right, have we got anybody sort of pending, possibly? Arthur Blake is pending. Why have we got Arthur Blake not assigned to anything? And where do you work, Arthur Blake? Not work, where do you live? Because we have got quite a lot of houses around here. That one's full. That one's full. That one's full. Ah, that's got 3 worker slots left. Okay, so could we get 3 people living in there to come and work in here? Oh, and look at that, next door, they've only got 2 people working there. So why don't we try and fill that up as well? Why have we not got that sorted? Did we just not get that done last time? It's been a little while since we played this because, yeah, we've had the Next Fest on, so I've left it about a week since I last played this, and that's a very long time. I've been to sleep many times and done a lot of things since then, so maybe we just didn't get these all sort of properly staffed in time. Okay. So we can get 3 people into here. Have we got any other kind of house vacancies anywhere? Not over there, we haven't. Over here, we have. There is 1. Okay, right, so can we get somebody into yet more production housing? Yay, which is a good name, I like that. Elliot Frost. Yes, okay, so you can come in. Oh, we've got 3 people, brilliant. So Elliot Frost, you can go into there. So that house is now full. And I think, can they? Yeah, there we go, look. So those 2 people can work in there. That's absolutely fine. So that makes sure that's all sorted. And then we need 3 for here. And I think we can try to get 3 people into that house there. Okie dokie. And I think, yes, we had 2, didn't we, here? So, yeah, Charlotte Burns and Katie Byrne. Okay, couple of Burns. We shall pop those in. So, yeah, Katie Byrne, Charlotte Burns, welcome aboard. So now we need only 1 more person. Do you know what? Let's just tick time on very quickly. And we'll wait for that list of people to refresh. Has it refreshed already? No, it has not. Of course it hasn't. It's gone to a different day. It must have refreshed by now. Nope, still hasn't refreshed. Can we have a little heads up as to when it refreshes? There we go. Right. Oh, loads of production people now. Oh, absolutely loads. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think I've ever seen as many production people as there are here right now. Okay, do you know what? Freddie Parry. You're relatively affordable, although money is no object. But you know what? We've got to keep an eye on the overheads or whatever they call them. So Freddie Parry, in you come, and you can immediately go to work over here. I mean, you can't go to work over there because we haven't got anything for you to actually do. There's no sort of actual product for you to work with. Although, yes, of course. Right, hang on. So 1,500 regular lotus flowers. No, we want over here in the warehouse to store the organic ones. And we shall have 1,500 of those. Thank you very much. Right. Okay. So that's all set up over there, which is wonderful. So let's go and check over here. So how are those things doing? So the nori. The nori is growing again, I think. Is it? Is it growing? And the plant is hibernating. Okay. It is possibly a little bit chilly for the nori. I think it'll get there eventually. If the temperature could just pick up a tiny bit, that'd be great. And then over here, are these growing yet either? No. Okay, so the lotus flowers are also hibernating. All of them. Right, so maybe we're not going to get any pickled lotus stems anytime soon. It might take a little while to get that sorted. And yes, we're not going to get any lovely hosomaki rolls either that we've made ourselves because, yes, the nori is also not growing. Botherations. Okay, no, that's fine. I think maybe then let's turn our attention to our huge big fruit fields over here. So yes, we set these up last time and they're doing a lot of work on them, which is good because we did invest quite heavily in this. We bought a lot of buildings and farm equipment and hired loads of people and did soil science and everything else. So I'd like to see these sort of starting to work. Although, as soon as I've actually got everything in, I think the fruits that we've chosen, which are berries effectively, they do grow quite quickly. I think they have like a 50-day turnaround between when they start growing and then when they're ready to harvest. So they should be ready pretty quickly as soon as they go into the ground. I think when they start growing, it's not going to take that long. It's just a case of getting everything ready. I think here they're doing the nitrogen on the field. Okay, so that's fine. So that field is looking good. They'll do the pH thing, then they'll fertilise it with the regular sort of manure, and then we can get lots of lovely strawberries. Over here, raspberries. Over there, gooseberries, and over there, blackcurrants. Okay, so that's going to take a while. And of course, over here, we are waiting for our new orchards to go in. Got tangerine orchards, cherry orchards, kiwi, and lime. You know, some different things going on, which is all quite interesting as well. However, these are, they're not doing quite as well. They haven't actually planted the trees yet, so this is going to take a little while, I feel. Let's not sort of hold our breath for this. I wonder if the problem might be a lack of manure. That is often a problem, isn't it, with the big fields? We don't have the great big piles of manure that we need to get everything fertilised. And if we've got those 4 fields there, and these 8 fields here, plus all the other fields, you know, we replant those all the time. They need fertilizer on them. The fields over here, they need fertilizer. So I think, yeah, we do need a lot of fertilizer, which does make me think, is it possibly not worth setting up a great big gigantic animal area somewhere else on the farm to make a lot of our own manure? Because we do tend to buy quite a lot in. We buy an awful lot in, but is it not worth just having a load of cow sheds and a load of pig sheds and a load of sheep and everything else, and then just having a huge big animal area? Because our animals right now are quite sort of squished. They're quite squished in the middle because that's sort of what happened. That's how the farm sort of grew organically. But yeah, now I think we need to grow. We need to expand. We just need more room. We need more room for more animals. And more animals equals more of the stuff they make as well. You know, the milk and the wool and everything else. But more importantly, more manure, which we can then use to put onto our fields. And also, as we can see down here, although again, money is really not anything that we need to worry about, but down here we can see that manure is actually very, very expensive to buy. It is the sort of the hot product, if you would like, because yeah, look at that. The price of manure is up 47%, which is quite a lot. Tomatoes at 28%, and then yeah, organic wheat bread is down a bit, as are ostrich eggs, which is a shame because we have got some ostrich eggs that we sell, but never mind, that's fine. It's down 5%. We've got now 67.2 million farm manager monies. I don't think it matters that much. So I wonder, whilst we wait for all this to kind of, you know, kick off and get sorted and get planted and everything else, is it worth getting a great big animal area somewhere? Where can we put that? So we have got, I mean, there's a hill here, which is admittedly a little bit of an inconvenience, but we've got over here quite a lot of land. And I don't think we need to put any more fields into it. I think that's sort of okay. So maybe just here we could have a huge big load of animals. That's what I think we should do. And also it'll help us complete our goals to finish all the training off. And that's just another thing, so you know, to tick off, isn't it? If we complete all the training, that's quite a handy thing. Okay, so we'll bring that road down like that. And then have we got another road? Yes. We have got a big road there, but that's going to meet that hill, which is going to be a bit of a nuisance, isn't it? Can we build around the edge of that hill? No. Can we build there? Yes, we can. Okay, so let's have a bit of a sort of an exciting big ring road coming around the edge here, like that. So do that, and then we will try and let's bring that down as far as it can go. So haul that down here like that. That's fine. Now, can it go just there? Yes. Can it go just there? No. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll just connect that up like that. We just have a nice corner. Lovely. Splendid stuff. Okay, that's good. And then we need to get this road, I think, coming across like that, just to kind of go around the edge of those fields there. And then it is a free-for-all of how we want to do this. I mean, it's going to take a bit of planning, isn't it? We're going to need places to store lots of food for the animals. We're going to need lots of sort of storage things for their products and what have you. We're going to need logistics, buildings and everything else. So it's going to be quite complicated, but I think it's probably worth doing for the manure. Let's do it for the poop, which is not something I've ever said before, and it was weird. Okay, so let's go for big enclosures, large of everything. So we don't need ostriches. I'm thinking the cows. Let's get a lot of cows and a lot of pigs, because we haven't really got any sort of, we haven't got any pigs, I don't think, and we haven't got that many cows. I mean, the only issue is we can't get the big pigsty and the large cow shed because we haven't got enough medium-sized ones, which is a bit of a nuisance, I will admit. So let's get in over here, look. Where's the front? Like that. So we'll put them sort of here. So we'll have one like that and two like that. And then, in fact, we'll have 3 and then 4. Can we have 5? Does that fit there? Oh, yes. Okay, right. That fits very well indeed. Okay, so run that across like that. Bring that down. We've got 5 of those in. So these are 5 medium cow sheds. Lovely. So they can go in, and then on the other side of the road, can we get, where are the pigsties? So medium pigsties. Okay, so these are similar size. They're a little bit smaller, so we'll have 1 and 2. And then we need to get some of the stuff in. In fact, hang on a minute. Hang on. I know what we're going to need. Some sort of power infrastructure might be a good idea. Let's remember to do that, shall we? So pop that in. And then... oh, crikey. Okay, bring that all the way down there. But that's fine. We can now plug things in. This is good. Everything is fine. And then, yes, have another one of those over on that corner and bring that in. Okie dokie. Lovely. Right, there we go. So we've got power to this bit here. So now, over here, we are going to need to have, I think maybe a couple of the permanent worker houses. I think we're going to need several of these. So if we... how are we going to do this? Because we are going to need as well a warehouse to put things. So yeah, they're going to need a warehouse for the food that they're going to eat and also the stuff they produce. So if we put a warehouse like that in the middle, I mean, yeah, hang on. Cows. Cows, cows, cows. Let's go and look at the cows. Are they cows? No, they're ostriches, Penge. Let's go up. Where are cows? We should be able to identify cows. There we go. They look like cows. So yes, oat, grass, silage, and fodder beet. Right. So we are going to need... where do we keep all of their food things? So the fodder beet is in... they're going to need a barn. They're going to need a barn. And is that a silo? Right. So we need a warehouse and to store the fodder beet. We need a barn to keep some of the other stuff. And then we need a silo to store the oats. Right. Okay, that's fine. We can work on that. Now we know that's a thing that we need. We can get that sorted. Okay, so we can then pop a barn in. Now I think what we do is, if we put a barn just there, like that, and then if we bring a road in like this down here, we could then fit into this gap here, so it's not wasted space. We could then have a worker house like that, and then we could put some nice things next to it. And then, oh yeah, hang on, we need a silo. We only need, I imagine, a relatively small silo. How big are the medium silos? They are potentially ever so slightly too big, unless... no, we can't do it. That won't fit. Okay, never mind. No, we'll ignore that. That's fine. We're not going to do that. We're going to put that there, like so. We're going to get a road coming across like that. So that house is linked up. This is good. And then we are going to have a... where is it? Small silo. And I think this should be okay. So pop a small silo in like that. And there we go. So that can hold some stuff. That can hold stuff. That can hold stuff. That's where people can work. And that at least gets some stuff sorted here. We are going to need maybe another worker house. Which, yeah, it would have been good had they could have fitted in here. But never mind, it's all fine. So I think, yeah, oh, hang on. And we are going to need manure storage. Delightful, delightful manure storage. So maybe what we'll do is tick time on, get all this stuff put together. And then we'll see how many people need to work in these and how many more worker houses we need to get built and all that kind of stuff. Because at the minute, I'm not quite sure how many we need. So if they work on that, so yeah, there we go. Look, the barn is looking good. We've got pigsties. We've never had pigsties before, so that's exciting. So we can get some nice pigs in. Hello to the piggy wigs when they come in. But okay, right, the barn does take a while because it's tall and they have to put the weather vane on the top. There is a weather vane on the top. Look, there it is, look. An exciting little weather vane type thing. Right, okay. So how many people work here? So 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8. And that's going to be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Right, so that's too much for that one worker house. We need another worker house. Okay, so let's get another one of those in. So we'll have that. Maybe have another road coming sideways. So if we have a worker house... Oh, hang on, like that. Sorry, I was trying to build it on top of the barn. Yeah, all right, sorry, barn. And then if we get manure storage, if we get 2 of these... That could be quite handy, couldn't it? So if we get a road coming down here, and then, yeah, a couple of bits of manure storage, that could be quite handy. So like that and like that. There we go. That's pretty good. And then have a road. And then can we... Oh, bother. Can we fit anything into here? Maybe another worker house? And they can work elsewhere, possibly? Okay, I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but let's get some pigs. Let's get some pigs in, shall we? Because this should be quite fun. We've not got pigs yet. So we can have boars, we can have pigs, or we could have Vietnamese pigs. Okay. I don't quite know what the difference is. Vietnamese pigs are a bit cheaper, apparently. Let's go for what I would say is just a classic pig. Just, you know, a good old babe, effectively. Sorry. Yeah, we'll go for that. So I have lots of those. So 16 of those for that much money. I'm not that bothered. Right, so... Oh, hang on. No, don't do that. Because if we haven't got anybody that can work with animals, that's going to be bad. Right. So this can be... pig house 1. Because I suspect maybe we're going to have more pigs. So, yes, we'll get you. So, Mason Porter can work in Pig House 1, as can Aria Evans. And then you can work in one thing each. So, you can work in there, Mason, and you can work in there, Aria. Right, okay, lovely. Welcome aboard. So, now we can get some animals in. So, let's get, yeah, that many pigs into that one. Okay, that's fine. And then, I don't know, do we just do the same again? Or do we go for boars? Just go for something a little bit different in there. They're exactly the same price. Do you know what? Let's go for 16 boars. There you go. Boop. Just, you know, mix it up a little bit. That's all fine. And then we want... Oh, they don't have the fodder beet. They don't eat fodder beet. Okay, that is slightly inconvenient. We'll give them oat, grass, silage, and... I mean, we have sorghum. I think we buy that in for something else. I saw sorghum over there in one of the storage things. So, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So over here, look, let's have, yes, sorghum in here. And we'll have, I don't know, 500 units of that. And then it was... grass, silage, oh, that was oat. Okay, so we need oat in here as well, probably. Yep, there you go. Put 500 oat in, lovely. And then the other thing was, yes, grass and silage. Okay, so that is in here. Okay, so there is silage and there is grass. Lovely, and 500 of each. And that should be okay. Right, there we go. So they can now... welcome some pigs, which is exciting. And yeah, we need some more animal people now. We need some more people that are good at working with animals. So move time on nice and quick. We'll try and get some more people employed that can work with animals. Has that list refreshed? No, it hasn't. I don't know what the logic is of that list refreshing. I've never quite known what triggers it to sort of refresh. Okay, we've got another 2 people. Okay, so Luke Lawrence, welcome aboard. And we've got Ella Lloyd. Okay, so how about you 2 go over here? So Ella Lloyd can work there, and then just here we can have Luke Lawrence. Okay, so now we've got 4 things up and running. So over here we are going to have cows, dairy cows. Yes, please, because they make milk and we can sell the milk, and that's fine. That makes us money. So yeah, there we go. We shall get 8 dairy cows. So we'll have that, thank you. And then we will do exactly the same thing just here. I don't really want beef cows because we haven't got like a slaughterhouse type thing. And deer, I can't bring myself to, send Rudolph off to the butchers because I can't do it in all good conscience. So there we go. We'll do that. We'll get ourselves, we'll spend nearly 21 grand on 8 cows. Okay, right, another 8 cows. And then, yes, they need to eat food. So they do that, and that. So boop, 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 boop. There we go. They are set for their food. Oh, they're not set for their food. Hang on a minute. No, that would have been bad. And we need to say over here, fodder beets, please. So fodder beets and have, again, I don't know how many to put in. So 500. Right. So let's see how this is going to work. Are we going to see pigs? Pigs. Got pigs. Hello, pigs. Oh, this is brilliant. And we've got boars. Okay, so yeah, little bit different going on. They can chat to each other over the fence. Okay, right. This is brilliant. We've now got some different animals on the farm. And yeah, there's nothing sort of leaping up here saying there's a massive problem, this is bad or whatever. Think it's okay. And now over here, cows. Just lots of cows. This is wonderful. Okay, right. This is working very well. I think what we need to do is, just had a thought. So over here, we shall have another worker house. And then over here, we will have maybe not even 1, but 2 logistics thingamajigs. Just to maybe help things out over here. Because it might get quite busy around here. So if we have 2 of those, that's going to be very handy. Right, that house isn't full. So can we get some more animal people in? Madison, welcome, and Caleb. Okay, right, so I think they can go into here. So Madison can work in that one. Caleb can work in that one. And there we go. Right, so the pigsties are now done. And also I think that means, can we go to here and here? Can we now get these done? These are, unless they've done an update to change things, the final 2 bits of training. This is it. So, okay, we'll do the cow shed. 15 grand, there's fine. Got loads of money, nearly 68.5 million farm manager monies. I laugh at your 15,000. Puh, 'tis like pocket change that I found at the back of the cornfield. Okay, so 2 of these done, and they can live over here. So, yeah, we'll call that animals, but also near to logistics. There you go. Catchy as ever. And have we got people that can do the shipping stuff? No, but we have got quite a lot of animal people. There's loads of animal people. This is very good. Albie Higgins can do shipping. So Albie, you can go into there. Lucky you. And then over here, we can get some more animal people. So Sophia Coleman, you can come in. And, yeah, you at the minute. So Gracie Jenkins, that house is now full. They can then go to work in here. So welcome aboard and welcome aboard you. Right, there we go. So that house is covering those areas. We've now got another 3 things over here. So I think what we do, we go to this house and we get in the other people that are good at working with animals. So we've got you. Oh, crikey, hang on a minute. This can be cow house. This can be cow house. That's what it is. It's the cow house. It's the house for cows. And then, yes, you can come in and you can come in. So that's another 2 of these that we can get up and running, which means that's another potential 2 animal locations making manure. Lovely, lovely manure. And over here, yeah, we'll buy the dairy cows again because they get us nice stuff. And over here, dairy cows because we get milk. Right, there we go. And then bop, 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 bop. And over here, boop, 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 boop. Just to be different, bops and boops. Right, there we go. Wonderful. This is looking good. This is looking very good. Already, this could be making quite a lot of stuff. I mean, okay, the money's going out on the sort of, the maintenance and such, but look at that. Manure. Lovely manure coming in. Oh, I think the pigs are generating, they generate liquid manure. Right, okay, that is a bit different. we are going to start acquiring, are we? Liquid manure. Okay. At the minute, we've got 115 buckets of it, which is terribly unpleasant, but there we go. So, and it's ticking up. That is ticking up. Okay, do they put it in here? Yes. Yes, they do. They wheel it over here. I mean, that nobody wants that job. Right. Have we got any shipping people? Yes. Ryan, in you come. Welcome. And Arlo. Brilliant. Okay, so we're nearly sorted. So, yeah, Ryan, you go in there. Arlo, you go in there. And then we need just one more person. One more person. Oh, what about animals, actually? Hang on. Any animal people? Lewis Buckley. Brilliant. Hi. That's it. Yeah, a lot of planty people this time round, which is good for a farm. We often have problems with that. That's good news. Right, so you can go into there, Lewis Buckley. So we need 3 animal people and 1 sort of logistics person. And then that will look quite good. That has not refreshed. I thought it might have refreshed by now, but no. Let's have one final check. Come on, game. Come on. I believe in you. Please have refreshed. No! And it has. Okay. We will have Harry Jones. There you go, Harry. Welcome aboard. Pop Harry into there. So now those 2 logistics buildings are doing what they're supposed to do. And yes, we can now get some more animal people potentially. So Lily, you can come into the cow house. Holly, welcome to the cow house. And then it's just one more person. It's just one more. So Lily, you can work with the other one who's there. And Holly, there you go. Welcome. Oh, Ella Edwards. But she's like a planty person and she doesn't live down here, I don't think. So if we were to get her working here, she'd have possibly a very, very long commute to work. So we won't do that. I don't think that would work very well. Right, there we go. So now we can get even more cows coming in, which will mean even more milk and even more poop. Hurrah for the manure. Project Get Lots of Manure is hopefully working well. So here we go. And go to manure. Boop. We've got 39,000 tons of it, or whatever the number is that we sort of we record manure in. I'm not quite sure. Let's get a final animal person. Rosie Bennett, welcome. There you go. That'll do. You were first in the list. First dibs for you. You can go and work with cows. Lovely. Okay. So now I think down here we do need to do a few other bits and bobs. We need to sort of get other things in down here. I'm thinking we need to get a vet, because the vet will look after the animals, of course. So if we put the vet just here, that should be quite handy. So put a vet in like that, and then we can have a road that runs across the back like that, and then no, not like that. Definitely not like that. It can run up like that, and there we go. Right, we've got a weird little kind of crossroads thing over here, but that's okay. And then in here we can put some decor, because we haven't got much nice stuff around here. Let's have some gigantic plant pots. We'll have one like that. Out the front here, if I press the right button, it would be handy, wouldn't it? We have got space for one of those, so we'll put it like that. That's okay. And then can we get one of those in like that? And then we'll just put one in the middle and one in the middle. There we go. Lovely. That looks quite nice. And then, yeah, these need something as well. Say walk out, and they go, what lovely decor we have on this nice farm. So I'll have a bit like that and a bit like that. And then we'll get another one, get the green one and get the green one. There we go. That will do. Okay, so a whole new animal area has just appeared, and we've also got a vet on the way, which is very good as well. Right, and we're also acquiring liquid manure, which I don't really know what to do with, but we are getting quite a lot of it. Can we sell liquid manure? Can I press the right button to check? Possibly, maybe. Liquid manure is... You think I'll be able to see it because it's in a bucket. You know, a terrible, terrible bucket of poops. No, I can't see it anywhere. maybe we can't, maybe it's not a sellable commodity. Possibly it isn't a thing that we can sell. I'm not sure. I don't know. But okay, right, there we go though. This bit down here is just the start of the animal bit. Oh, hang on. We've done that training. That means we can spend 15 grand to do this, and that will be it. The training will be complete. Okay, how exciting. If we go... Do you know what we could do? Over here, look. We use that fertilizer. Can we use the liquid manure on that field? Can we do that? It needs... Oh! It needs a new machine. A liquid manure spreader. Have we got any space? There is a little bit of space in there. Okay. Can we buy a liquid manure spreader? Oh, how delightful. Okay, can we have it in Geek Cupboard Corporate Blue, please? Sort of... Yeah, that'll do. Like that. Because it's got the yellow on it already. There we go. Right, and then pop that in like that. Okay, so that field there, and I think, yeah, that field there, we will have liquid manure, please. Lovely, very pungent. How are we looking down here? Have we done anything on these fields at all? Have we got any progress? Your nitrogen fertilising. That is cultivated. That is... Well, that's pH fertilising. That's getting there. That's waiting to be properly fertilised with, actual poop, which is good. That's cultivated. That's cultivated. That is waiting for nitrogen, as is that. Okay, so those ones there, not as far ahead as these ones here. But it is taking a long time. We've got 9 error things. Not enough jute. Okay, that's always the case. That's just like a constant thing. Not enough nori. Understandable. Probably not grown. Not enough organic lotus. No sunflowers, straw, colza. Something's going to expire in warehouse 5. Things are busy. Okay. Not enough straw. Okay. That could be an issue, couldn't it? We need straw. Have we not got enough straw? We don't sell straw, do we? Hang on. Pause time. Please tell me we don't sell straw, because that would be bad. We need to keep straw. We like straw. Straw is our friend. I don't think we sell it. Hang on, I might have missed it. Let's just type it in. Strawberries, strawberry jam, and ostrich eggs. No. Okay. What is the game suggesting we buy? Okay, we're not going to do that. But do you know what we will do? We will buy in quite a lot of straw. Because we can. Let's buy 10,000 lots of it. Do you know what, actually? I feel like 5,000 lots. Let's buy 5,000 lots. It's a good idea, isn't it? 5,000 lots for not very much money. There we go. Splendid. So we'll try and stock up on that a little bit, shall we? And then, yeah, if we could get something planted over there, that would be really good. That would be fantastic. Look at all the manure coming in. All of our own manure. And there we go. The training is done. We've completed all of the training that there is to do right now in Farm Manager World. I mean, maybe at some point in the future they'll, I don't know, add updates and add some more training. But right now, as it stands, that's it. That's everything. We've done all the things that we can do. So now all of the things are available for us to build in the farm. And I notice that, yes, unlike Farm Manager 2021, we don't have the option to build wind turbines. It's just not a thing. We could build wind turbines before, and if I recall correctly, one of our sort of the sectors you buy, the squares you buy to build on, I think pretty much one of those we filled with wind turbines. Just so many of them, just lots of lovely clean green energy coming from there, and it made us quite a bit of cash as I recall, but they're not in this game. So I don't know if that's intentional. If it's an oversight, is it coming in a bit of DLC? I really don't know. I'm not quite sure, but that's a bit of a shame. I liked having our nice sort of clean energy bit of the farm. It made it feel quite sort of jolly and nice. It was sort of felt like we were doing our bit for the environment and such. But no, we can't have that in this. But yeah, it does mean that everything else is available. So all of these things are here. So yeah, there's nothing else we need to unlock. There's nothing hidden away. We can now build all of the things, which is very, very good indeed. Okay, right, let's go and have a quick check. All the way over here, it's taking a long time to move over the farm. How are these doing? Are you things okay? Okay, that's still hibernating. And that is still hibernating. Okay, I get the impression that maybe a farm in rural Northamptonshire isn't the place where you can grow very easily lotus flowers and nori. I think possibly the temperature isn't quite right for that sort of a thing. But we'll keep trying. We'll leave it there, look. I mean, yeah, the people they come out and have a look at things and go, is it still cold and miserable? Why, yes, it is still cold and miserable. Brilliant. Okay, let's not grow any stuff then because it can't do it because it's just too chilly. But okay, never mind. Right, let's go and look at the fruit stuff. Right, so now we've got these 2 fields here ready to go in terms of fertilising. That's it. Those 2 fields there, once they're fertilised, we can then plant things. And then maybe at some point this year, we can get some nice fruit. I mean, everything is quite slow. Everything just seems to take a very long time. We've got a lot of manure. There is a lot of manure. And I'm not quite sure why they're not getting on with it. Why they're not bringing the manure down here. There is a manure storage thing. It's got nearly 10,000 units of poop in it. So I'm not quite sure why they're not just, getting on with it. Can't you just go and fertilise the field and then put some stuff in it? And then grow some things. It is a farm after all. I don't know why it takes quite so long to sort out. But okay, whatever the case. There we go. Never mind. So I think we will try and head back over here to the new animal area. It's not quite animal corner because that would be the corner of our current build area. So it's animal bit over here. The name needs workshopping, but we'll get there. Right. Okay, so now over here... if we go to the animal bit, we can now have the large things. We can have large sheds and we can have large cow sheds. We can have medium sheds, so large pigsties. So I think, how big are these? So yes, if we do the thing again where we have another road coming through the centre like that. So if we go, we'll have a large pigsty. Hang on, pause time. And a large pigsty. Now I imagine... that's going to take 3 people to work in each one. So let's check. We shall see. Oh, summer is here. Hopefully the temperature can pick up a bit and those things can grow. That'd be nice. And then we want to get a large cow shed. Oh, and they aren't joking. They are quite large. Okay, we might have to possibly sort of have these sideways. Right. Pigs. How are we looking? Oh, because there's no road, for goodness sake. Just show me how many people need to work there and what the capacity is. Right, 3 people need to work there. Okay, so if we then bring that across like that, we can then have... nope, again, I've played this game for so long. Why am I pressing the wrong buttons? Where are we? So... a large cow shed. Yeah, my problem with this thing here is that they all look the same. Like, that to me looks like a building with a fence outside it. And that to me looks like a building with a fence outside it. They all kind of look the same to me, so it's quite hard to find which one you're looking for. But the large cow shed will probably fit in over here. So if we put one like that, hang on. Where's the planning thingamajig? Yes, planning mode. Let's do some planning, everybody. So, planning mode activated. So pop that in like that. Could we then have that like that? So that would be another 2 large cow sheds. Run the road down the middle like that. And then we can have the road coming around a bit like that. Yes, okay. Right, a little sticky out bit of road. Boop, away with you. There we go. Right. They're covered by the vet. That's fine. So any animals here will be okay. And then, yeah, we can just go, do you know what? Yeah, build. Build and build. Right. That house is full. That house has got 2 capacity. That house has got 4 capacity. But because we've now got these extra things down here, I think we go for yet another logistics building. We'll pop that in just there like so. Splendid. Also, hang on a minute, down here we might need more power on this side of the road, so we'll plumb that in so that can go to there, and then it can go along like that, and then we'll get another one sort of there-ish like that, bring that across, and then get a final one over here on this corner, connect that up. Lovely stuff. Right, there we go. So I can switch the lights on and what have you. And then we need yes, we need more worker housing, but we can always build along here. We can always build some things along this road because they're facing that way. Okay, now that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. I don't think we can fit a worker house into there because it's too, yeah, the barn takes up more space than it appears to, and we can't put anything in here because I've just put a logistics building there. Go me, brilliant stuff. Okay, that house there is for logistics people. Have we got 2 of those? Typically, no, we do not. Absolutely no logistics people. Right, you are. That's a bit of a bother, isn't it? We could get, how many are in there again? 3. Okay, so we could get 2 people in there and 1 in here who can deal with animals. So it's called cow house. How many do they need? They need 3. The large cow sheds need 3. Okay, so Sienna Clark and Fionn Austin and Aaron Hudson, in you come. Well done, well volunteered. And Sienna and Fionn and... where's the other person gone? Where are they? Aaron Hudson, was it? Oh, he's down the bottom here. There we go. Oh, because he's got production first, maybe. There you go. You work with animals as well. Right, so they can go into there. And then, again, we will have the dairy cows because they make milk. And we can sell that to make a lovely farm manager monies. Okay, so that house is now full. That house is full. That's got 4 people. And yes, we haven't got any logistics people. So yeah, we'll run time on a bit quick. Well, hang on a minute. No, we won't, because these cows haven't got anything to eat. Hang on a second. There we go. Lovely. Right. Get all that done. Oh, as well, do we need to increase the amount of fodder beet that we're buying in? Sell above, purchase into 250. Okay, no, purchase until we have 1,000, maybe, and then sell above 2,000 if we make that much. I don't know, but that should be enough, I think. That should be okay. And then in here, have we got some logistics people? Yes, we have a Lacey Price. And that's it. Again, these people are, you know, sort of hard to find, difficult. Okay, so hang on a minute. No, what's going on here? No. Did we employ them? 5 out of 8. Lacey Price. She's assigned to a field. No, you are not assigned to a field, Lacey Price. Why? Why are you assigned to a field? You are not assigned to a field. Oh, I find this very infuriating. You can't just say, no, you are not. She's now going to wander off to a field and start doing field work stuff. I don't want you to do field stuff. Where are you going? You can't do manual work and you can't use machines. So what are you doing? Where you're going to logistics building 6. I want you to go to a logistics building. Just not that one. I want you to work over here. Can we put her in now? No. Okay, right. This is going to be awkward. Lacey, I'm just going to... Oh, no. Oh, what a terrible mistake. I pressed that button there. Never mind. But we'll make sure you're okay. We'll make sure things are good for you. We'll find you with a job on the farm somewhere. There you go. Right. Millie Allen, yes. Megan Collins, yes. Don't you lot wander off, please. Yep, and yep. Right, there we go. Sorted. So another logistics building is now active, which is very exciting. Okay, this is all looking good. So I think all we need to do is we need to get some more worker housing in. because we're going to get... How full are these things as well? That one... Do you know what, actually? That manure store there is getting quite full. That's getting pretty full. So yes, we need some more worker housing, because I would like, if we could, to have another lot of these. And we could get some sheep, actually. We could get some sheep. Why don't we do that? Let's get sheep. Hang on, animals. So where is the large... That's at the end, isn't it? The large shed. So if we go like that, so put in a large shed, because why not? And another one. And then potentially in here, we have the worker housing. So do we have, say... Hang on, that's going to be 3. That's 6. That's another 3. That's 9. That's 12. That's 15. So we need at least another couple of worker houses. And then potentially we need another one, because we're going to have some more things over here. So I think, yeah, we'll do that for now, look. Right, run time on. And then over here, can we get another large shed? Where's the front? Yeah, just there. That's fine. Yeah, so pop that along there. There we go. Right, so some more large sheds coming in, as well as loads of other stuff as well. Okay, right, hang on a minute. I'm going to call it I can't spell. Large Shed House 1, because it is that one. And this can be, guess what, everybody? Large Shed House 2. And you'll never guess what we're going to call the third house. We're going to call it Brian. No, we're going to call it Large Shed House 3. Brackets, aka Brian. Because now I've called it Brian, and the house should be known as Brian. There we go, right. So that's that sorted. So yeah, we need to hire a lot of people and then get all this stuff sorted. But yeah, we're getting there. And we are generating, I think, quite a lot of our own poop, which is good. You know, yay for our own poop. These houses, by the way, when I look at that, all I can see is a face. All I see is a face. It's got eyes, eyebrows, a nose, and a mouth. That's a face. Whoever designed this knew what they were doing, and they've made a little face. There we go. Right, I think that's looking pretty good. We've done very well, I think, in sort of, you know, transforming this sort of empty nothingness over here into a nice new animal area, and also it is generating a lot of manure, which means, you know, A, we can supply it to our fields, which is handy, and B, we buy a lot less in, because of course we're producing our own over here, which is marvellous. So I think to wrap things up, let's get, we can get these sorted at any point really, but let's get one of these done. So we shall put into there a lot of sheep. So buy a lot of sheep into there, please. They can go into that one. And then in this house here, can we have some animal people? Large shed house 1. So 1 and 2 and 3. I imagine it's 3 people. Yes, it is. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3. And the sheep, remind me, hang on, how far away? Can we click from over here? They're alpacas. They're alpacas. They are sheep. So they have grass across and then down. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. So grass, silage, straw, and fodder beet. There we go. Lovely. Have we got grass, silage, straw, fodder beet? Hang on. Yeah, that's exactly that. Oh, okay. Marvellous. Yay, that worked out quite well then. Lovely. Where do we keep... Where's the sorghum stuff? Did we put the... I thought we put some sorghum into there at some point. Oh, that is there, but it just doesn't... They don't need it. Okay, lovely. Right, let's just make sure the sheep arrive. Just make sure our new residents get here and we can say hello to the sheep with their weird sort of house with a face. And then, yeah, that'll do. Here they go. Here come the sheep. And yeah, it's a big one of these. So there are a lot of sheep. There are 30 sheep. Straw. We need some straw, apparently. There we go. Resource order for straw, 500 lots. That should sort out that little niggling error. So yes, I think with that done, we will wrap things up for now. Project Make Our Own Manure, Project Poop, is going well. it's looking pretty good. So I think, yeah, next time when we come back, we will get all the people working in here. We might get some different pigs over here. Might get some good old classic pink pigs, and then the, whatever it was, Vietnamese pigs, was it? Might get some of those in, just because it's different and it's fun. Over here, do we get something different? Do we go for beef cows and then get ourselves like a sort of a slaughterhouse butcher type thing? I'd feel quite bad. And then over here and here, yeah, we can get ourselves some more sheep, I think, because the other stuff is goats. Although we could use the goat cheese, and in fact the alpacas, we can use the wool, and then sort of have a nice supply of wool going to our textile mills. So maybe we'll get one each of the sort of things to go into the large sheds. And then, I mean, yeah, we could potentially just keep working on that and fill it up. That'd be okay. Although, next time, I would like to see if anything over here actually grows at any point, because this is taking a very, very long time. Come on, just put some stuff in this field. Just put some stuff in. It requires 16,800 kilograms to fertilise. We've got 42,000. So you can get this done in no time. I don't quite know what the holdup is. So I want to get some of these done. And then eventually at some point, we are going to have to think about sort of wrapping things up a little bit, because we're coming to the end of what we can do. There's not that much more stuff that we can do. So I think what we'll do is we'll base it on production buildings. So we don't do anything with the biorefinery. That'd be quite good. Make our own biofuel and then sell that on. And of course, yes, we don't have any baked goods. We could make some lovely baked goods. We need to get a mill, we need to get a bakery, and of course with that comes stuff to go into the mill. So we need to grow something like wheat or rye or whatever in order for the mill to actually do something, to then send it to the bakery to make some nice things. But I think everything else we've pretty much got, apart from, we've got a smokehouse, of course. We haven't got a slaughterhouse. That's the only thing we haven't got. So maybe we should possibly put one of those in as well, just for the sake of completeness. Just to kind of say, yes, there we go, it is all done. And we've got one of everything. So really, the way I see it, I'd like to get stuff set up here. I'd like to get some fruit on the go. That'd be nice. I'd like those orchards to be set up eventually at some point. And I'd like to make our own baked goods. And down here, I'd like to sort out the animals and possibly, yes, maybe in this neck of the woods over here, get a slaughterhouse or two, just so we could maybe, I don't know, get some stuff out, the pigs or whatever. I don't know. We'll see what we can do with that. But I think with that done, we will be making a great variety of things. And then I think we can just sort of, go, yeah, there you go. The lovely people's farm is done. But that's a little way off. But yeah, I think we do sort of have to think about how we're going to wrap things up. And I think, yeah, making our own sort of nice bread products does seem like a good way to finish things. I like that idea. So yeah, we'll come back next time and just sort of poodle about, do more stuff, get stuff sorted, and try to work toward those goals. But yes, we shall wrap things up for the moment. Hopefully you are still enjoying this. If you are, please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on here next time out in Farm Manager World. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I'll see you next time. We found a whale. Pandas. Hello, panda friend. Oh, you're adorable. Good deer. It was 2 deer. Penguin, penguin, penguin. Peacock. Oh, we've got an owl. We've got manta rays. Parrots. And there we go. Beavers. Yay. Yes, it was an eagle. It's a turtle. We've got a narwhal. We've got frogs. I love this.